I'm back with another BINI video, and I'll be breaking down Salamin. Let me just tell y'all, I'm glad I found this group, and don't worry, I read all of you guys' comments for my BINI related videos, and I'm trying to upload these reactions and or breakdowns at a good pace. I don't want to go too ham or like upload them back to back. I kind of want to make sure to spread them out. So don't worry, I got y'all. I'm taking my time with BINI, and I still haven't found my bias. I'm stuck between two members right now. All right, I'm stuck between two members. Anyway, let's go and break this dance practice down. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's go, baby. Love the very beginning formation with the flower. I'm also gonna just try not to sing along. You know, it's a really catchy song. I'm trying to break down the dance, alright? So, what I like about BINI's formations is the great spacing. And as well as how they move around the space that they already have as well. Love this build up to the chorus here. Great reveal right there in the center. BINI is really clean with their arms, especially when it comes to the straight lines like that. Great use of levels for this formation here to create more of a dynamic within that formation. So I'm gonna talk about obviously the intro all the way until the chorus. I already explained it as I was watching it. So the reason why I really like BINI's formations, or just the way that it's staged, is how the spacing is. They don't look like they're too cramped. They also don't look like they're too spread apart either. I think it's the fact in the way that they use the space that they have. So in this case, obviously just the dance room, they're really self-aware with how they're going to their spots. And that's a big thing with this dance practice, is that they are going to be moving around a lot. There is a lot of formation changes, but it's not necessarily to the point where it's like obvious formation changes. You'll have members move around in specific spots, so that way we can have these nice reveals when we get to certain parts of the song. But I want to talk about the very beginning, just that intro. I think what I like about this is just right away we get this like flower formation. It's almost like a bloom where they just, you know, they pop out in the middle. And I think BINI really likes their circular formations, and you'll notice that with Salamin. You'll notice that around the entire video. They have variations of like circles. And so let's go through this. So with Salamin, there's actually a lot of hips as well involved, and they do follow the rhythm of this song as well. So when you watch them do the choreo where the hips are involved, there's like a constant motion that they're doing with the hips as well as they're doing choreography on their upper half of the body. I'm gonna go a little bit back. See how like in the very beginning, the first 10 seconds of the video, already doing hips, right? Simple catch-up effect here, like that. And again, this is what I mean by a great way of using the space around you, and as well as the spacing, because they're not always in the center of the room. So if you pay attention to a lot of their formations, yes, we do get reveals where we have the members singing in the front, maybe to the side, maybe to this other side. But what I like is that they're not always in the traditional sense of let's have the formation always center stage. They have a great way of using, like, you know, let's have members facing backwards, facing the other side, maybe have the formation off center. And this is a great example where they're not really center, but more so off to the side. Sana ay maibsan ang aking pangungulila, trapped in this fairy Another circular formation that I like. So you see how they travel here? I like that they have this travel, but they travel in a circle. How I mentioned this earlier. And again, another thing where they're not facing the audience, and we have this little solo here, right? But again, this is the example that I'm trying to give, is where BINI really likes their offstage stuff, where they don't really have to be exactly center all the time. Love that. See, another circular formation. And I think what I really like about that build up before the chorus here, this might be a long video. I ain't gonna lie. This might be a long video. You see how they're kind of not even kind of, but they're now whoever's not in center, sorry. But all the other members, right? They're doing this footwork and they're kind of attacking with more energy here now to help us feel that build up to the chorus. They're also not rushing to their spots. If you pay attention to the way that they travel to their spots, they're not rushing. So I actually, again, this part right here, I mentioned this earlier before we started pausing and shit, is this right here is a great reveal. Nothing crazy, but the way that she slowly goes down to floor level to reveal center is such a great way to reveal without really doing like a distracting effect at all. Right here. Love that reveal. More hips with the arms. And so what I'm really impressed about the way BINI attacks their choreography that involves with arms, especially when they're not in a straight line, is how they look really clean when they're doing choreography that involves their arms doing more of like a curve shape rather than straight lines or like a square or anything like that. They do this S motion in the choreo, and that's tougher to clean to make a group look more synchronized because the shape itself is not straightforward. It's straight up like, obviously there's curves and shit, and everyone kind of approaches doing those type of movements differently. Whereas if you do a straight line, there's really one way of just saying it, like, guys, do this as a straight line, and it's easier for everyone to match. So I'm gonna go back a little bit right there where they do the curving motion that I'm talking about. Sorry, let me go back a little further. Right there. So that part specifically, they do this throughout their entire dance, but that's the moment that I'm talking about, because those are the moments that are tougher to clean, mainly because it's not as straightforward as literally telling your dancers or your performers or your idols to, hey, hit this straight line. No, like, this is something you might have to drill so that it looks good on everybody. Now when we get to this part, great way to use just levels in general. So what I mean by that is that sometimes you don't have to have complicated formations. You could have literally like a 3-4, right? Or 1 2 3 4 3-5, right? I can't even count right now because I'm like, anyway, what I'm saying is you don't really necessarily always need a complicated formation. Sometimes you just change the levels and then you'll have a new formation. And what's cool about this part of the chorus is that there's a lot of straight lines, and they're hitting those straight lines while following the rhythm of the song. Love that. That's so fun. Again, pay attention to how they're traveling around the room without rushing to their spots. More hip movement with upper half choreography. I like that reveal too as well. And there's that ripple effect that happened here on the right, but I'll talk about that when we get past the second chorus. what I like is that even though they're hitting straight lines with their arms in certain parts of the choreography, they also are filling out movement from A to B, following the way that they sing. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later. I love this section, but I'm gonna go back from after the first chorus until I guess that part. yeah, it's gonna be a long video. It is what it is. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah. Oh god damn it! Sorry guys. I'm just trying to get there. So here with this section, or this section all the way until the mirror on the wall, I think what I like is they focus more on actually just traveling and using the space around them to move the formations around. And I think what I like is on top of that, actually, on top of what I already like, is how they just don't rush their spots. They just get there with ease, and there's urgency, but there's not necessarily like they're panicking looking to get to their next spot. No, it's so seamless, and it's just it makes the dance practice much more enjoyable to watch, because you know that they're locked in. Super simple groove that we've seen everywhere here. I've done this groove myself. It's one of those fun grooves that that you could add to any choreo, honestly. So here in this part, I want to actually highlight the footwork that matches that part of the verse where she speeds up her words here, and they're going to condense in a little bit. Yeah, right there. One more time. I got y'all. And so this is a great example of what I meant, where they basically move to their spots and not rushing it. Whoa, BINI's breaking my video. What's going on? What the hell was that? Great reveal right here where they separate her, and then we have a whole new formation here. But they, again, great use of spacing around what they have here in the studio. And it's not obvious that she's gonna be revealed. It's the fact that they make it look like they're all gonna go together, and they essentially just highlight her here until they get here. Love that. Love that. Because she comes from the back. And I don't know if you guys noticed the ripple effect. I think on second watch you'll probably notice this, unless you're paying attention to the formations more on the first watch. I don't know, but what I like here is that they do a ripple effect, and you might not notice this on the first watch, mainly because you might be more focused on obviously the person or like the member that's gonna sing their part. Nothing crazy, but you could do something. You could always do ripple effects in your formations when you have a lot of members. Again, with those curve movements with the arms, keep it clean. Straight lines. More hips as well. God damn it! We already talked about the chorus, alright? Love the wordplay. Love the wordplay. Great way to use members in general to create like visual effects like this. It doesn't always have to be choreography or like straight up choreography. Visual effects when you have more than 5 members is a great way to do all of that. So I think obviously for me, the highlight of the moment, or the highlight of the dance practice for me is definitely this section where they go mirror mirror on the wall, just because they're really using that wordplay and they create mirrors with the members. Like, that's so cool, you know? Like, they're not all doing choreography, but this is just a good way to use other not dancers, all their dancers obviously, but your members to just have something fun like this. It's so conversational. And we get to spot another mirror, right? And then we get a reveal later, right? After this, to hit those snaps. But it's cool because we get this visual effect again, where we get these hands that are sticking out in the back to kind of create this, like, I don't know how to explain it, but you know, you guys have seen a bunch of these effects in dance scenes before, where you have someone in front of the line and then you could use your hands, you know, to create this super cool thing that happens without really stepping out of the line. And they're just hitting the snares here with the, or not the snares, the snaps with their wrists. Great switch of textures here, where instead of hitting the snaps all the way through, they change it up by doing this image where they flatten out their hands, but in a swift motion. Ooh. Great ripple effect once again to build up to the chorus. This is my favorite. This might be my thumbnail. I don't know, but I love how they made a heart. Again, once we get back to the chorus, they really keep that groove where they follow the rhythm of the song with their hips, as well as the choreography that happens above their hips. Dude, what a fun dance practice. Hold on, let's just watch that. Let's just watch it. Why not, right? Why not? Why not? You know what I love about this too? Great formation here, honestly. I'm glad I actually rewinded back. Love this diagonal formation. Again, we didn't really get to see a formation like this throughout the dance practice, so I'm glad that they did this. They just look like they're having fun, bro. They're smiling the entire time. Come on, bro. Ah, so fun. I hope y'all learned something from this dance practice today. I loved watching this dance practice over and over again to like pick out those details. I think it's just because like they give off great vibes, and this goes to also show that you don't necessarily need crazy explosive choreography to have a good dance practice. A lot of this was just great spacing and just how they performed the choreography of their song. And on top of that, the song's catchy, so yeah. If y'all love BINI, don't forget to subscribe. I'm out.